I'm Dr. Joe Christner, the Executive Director of Hope Connection, a nonprofit and non-denominational organization that's dedicated to helping individuals whose lives have been touched by the death of a loved one. Everyone's life is going to be touched by the death of a loved one at some point. And what happens next is sometimes unpredictable and difficult for people. Hope Connection is here to see you through that difficult and challenging journey by offering community grief support groups led by licensed therapists that are trained and skilled in group process and in grief and loss and healing. We also offer education in grief, loss, and healing so that people better understand the process. I often have people say to me, well, what is a group? Why do I need to join a group? We're born into a group. It's called a family. And we spend our lifetimes belonging to many groups, including circles of friends, churches, temples, schools. And yet, in our deepest and darkest moments of despair and suffering, we sometimes forget to reach out and we isolate. The hope groups are sacred circles. Yes, we talk about the death of loved ones in the hope groups, but we also talk about the life of loved ones. We share stories, we share memories, we share names. We keep the memory of your loved ones alive in our groups. We often talk about pain and yearning and loneliness, but we also talk about healing, changing, and connection. We talk about the past, and then we talk about now. Sometimes how difficult it is, and then it begins to change. We also talk about the future and what a redefined future will look like. The people in these groups, in the Hope Connection groups, dare to reach out to each other. They have good days, they have bad days. But eventually, smiles meet the tears. The gray grief fog lifts and color starts coming back into life. David Rothstein is one of our group members, and he's given me permission to use his full name and to read a goodbye that he said to his group, his sacred circle. And I'd like to read that to you right now. Our hearts are broken. Our loss is profound. Our spirits shattered beyond repair, leaving us in a hopeless state of confusion, chaos, and loss, not knowing how to get beyond our despair, not comprehending that half of us is in another world and will never return to our lives. Slowly, oh so slowly, our senses start to awaken. We expose our most private thoughts. Our deepest pain comes to the surface. We must conquer it, even though at times it revisits us when we least expect it. As time goes on, the pain starts to subside. We console each other by sharing our individual confrontations, and together we move on, each of us having a different road at varying speeds, hopefully reaching a more peaceful existence, remembering the joyful, wonderful, loving portion of our past, healing our spirits, making us as whole as possible. I am connected to all of you forever and will remember that you helped me make my life whole again. To the Hope Connection groups and the wonderful therapists that have guided me to this moment, thank you, and my love goes out to all of you. If you are grieving the death of a loved one, Hope Connection is here for you. We look forward to the opportunity to meet you and to help guide you on this journey.